Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, far more than just a building lost to fire, what it means to families who rely on the services provided within.
There will be no trial for the man accused of murdering Destiny Avery.
Plus, COVID-related rules will be in place as local swimming pools open for the summer. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
The video of flames tearing through a strip mall housing Gigi's Playhouse in South Fargo broke many hearts in our community.
Gigi's is the only Down Syndrome Achievement Center in North Dakota, and it helps dozens of families in our area. Valley News Team's Jordan Schreier talked to one of the families devastated by the fire and has their story.
Oh, what a mess.
The smell of fire still lingers in what's left behind of the place Kelly Hambry poured her heart and soul into.
Heartbreaking, devastating. It's really tough to see years of hard work and dedication by a group of volunteers basically get burned down.
Not only is Kelly the president of Gigi's Playhouse Fargo, her daughter, 7-year-old Bryn, uses the services they provide.
For her, it's literally been life-changing.
And now life changed again. Bryn's face used to greet dozens of people from the window outside, and now it's partially covered by plywood, and her mother's dreams are partially gone.
So you lose a little piece of yourself with it. You really do. Even though it's beyond your control, you also kind of feel like you're letting your families down, and you're letting your community down, because when we opened our doors, we made a promise to be here lifelong. It wasn't a temporary thing. And after everything that's happened this last year, and now having this, it's really, really tough.
The glass now broken, the roof collapsed, and the services it offered on pause. But the grit and determination of the Gigi's community can't be stopped.
Yeah.
A mess.
It is a mess. We will clean it up.
In Fargo, Jordan Schreier, Valley News Live.
The team at Gigi's is already committed to rebuilding, and they will need your help. You can donate to the cause by finding this story on the VNL News app and clicking on the link at the bottom. A 5th grade class in Fargo is showing their support for Gigi's Playhouse today. An Oak Grove class wore their Gigi's shirts in support of Burke, a student at the school who uses services provided by the Playhouse. You'll see him pictured right in the middle. The class surprised him with the gesture and sported the shirts while watching a Red Hawks game.
While Fargo firefighters had their hands full, firefighters throughout the rest of the metro say that they rushed to give a helping hand yesterday. Moorhead Fire says when another city calls for backup, the first thing that's done is calling those not on duty to help respond not only to the calls in Moorhead, but in Fargo as well.
While our crews were en route to that strip mall, an additional call came out in the city of Fargo for smoke in the area that might have been related to that strip mall. As it turns out, it was. And as all Fargo fire units were busy, our truck that was going over to assist diverted to that call first.
Wallen says Moorhead crews helped in the strip mall blaze for about an hour and a half. Help he says the crews will gladly give, as they say you never know when the tables will turn.
Nothing wrong with quiet times in the weather. We're hearing about a few chances for rain, otherwise mainly dry. Hutch is here with details on tonight's conditions. Hutch?
Andrea, good evening. Hello, everyone. Our weather has been beautiful as temperatures are on their way up, but we still have heard of damaging dust devils. This one we shared with you last night on Dead Lake near Dent. Lynn, thanks for uploading. Flipped a pontoon and dock. Today we're hearing of dust devil flipping trampolines near Kensal, and more photos from you and videos of these occurrences across the area. Temperatures today in the low 70s in the far north, and Grand Forks still in the 70s. We have upper 60s for Paul Bunyan in Bemidji. A few fair weather cumulus clouds across northwest Minnesota, and look at that rain punching into the western Dakotas. Not all of that's reaching the ground, and it is hit and miss. For us tonight, it looks breezy with decreasing wind after sunset, so be prepared for the wind, but the mild temperatures continue as clouds increase a little bit overnight. Coming up, I'll have details on who might see some rain showers in the forecast tomorrow from that activity out to the west. Those details coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
Surveillance cameras are going up in downtown Jamestown, and police there say it will help solve crimes. The cameras will keep an eye on downtown city parking lots. The system being installed will be similar to others around the city and can be used as a reference for investigations or a live view of what's happening downtown.
A lot of car break-ins in that Eagle Flats area, several banks down there, instances with, as far as fleeing felons with weapons in that area down by Bab's Coffee and Gun and Reel. I mean, it would be very advantageous to public safety.
The city of Jamestown approved the $14,000 purchase of the cameras using grant funds from Central Valley Health.
Easy on the gas pedal. Law enforcement in Minnesota are on the lookout for speeders across the state. They stepped up enforcement will continue through next Wednesday. 56 people have died in speed-related incidents on Minnesota roads so far in 2021. The cost of a speeding ticket in Minnesota runs more than $110 for traveling 10 miles per hour over the limit. Fines double for those speeding 20 over the limit. Fargo police are thanking a group of bystanders after they helped an officer with an arrest early this morning. Officers responded to a report of a man driving recklessly and hitting a parked car. They found Jacob Eiton at a gas station, but then he ran away. When the officer caught up to him, he started resisting. That's when some bystanders stepped in and helped the officer get Eiton in handcuffs. He was arrested for 3 probation violations: possession of meth, refusing to halt, reckless driving, and leaving the scene of an accident.
The man accused of killing and dismembering a teenager in Moorhead will not be allowed to withdraw his guilty plea. Ethan Broad is charged with second-degree intentional murder for the killing of Destiny Avery in April of 2020. He admitted to killing her, but earlier this year he said he wanted to withdraw his guilty plea, asking to take the case to trial. After a third evaluation, he was found competent to withstand his plea agreement. Broad is scheduled to be sentenced next Friday. Derek Chauvin could see a longer sentence surrounding the death of George Floyd. A judge found aggravating factors in Floyd's death. He found the former Minneapolis officer abused his authority when he restrained Floyd during the arrest. The judge also found Chauvin treated Floyd with particular cruelty. The ruling paves the way for the possibility of a longer sentence for Chauvin, who was convicted last month on murder and manslaughter charges.
Close to 800 graduates from MSUM will not walk the stage, but instead be given a platform virtually when their names are called. School officials say it hasn't been the easiest year for graduating students, so it's especially important to celebrate their achievements and connect when possible.
Reach out to all of the campus resources that are available to you. We've done a lot to have virtual counseling options, and we really look forward to seeing their faces. That you can't replace that in-person connection.
4 ceremonies will take place over the next 2 days. If you would like to watch, we have the link at valleynewslive.com.
We're learning more about how vaccines are being administered in Clay County. Nearly 40% of the population has received the first dose, with 34% completing the series. The first dose has been administered to nearly 300 teenagers ages 16 and 17, nearly 8,400 people ages 18 to 49, nearly 5,000 people ages 50 to 64, and more than 6,100 for 65 and older. There's been a decrease among people wanting to receive the first dose of the vaccine. Johnson & Johnson vaccine will be available in Clay County tomorrow. Head to valleynewslive.com to register. Walk-ins are accepted. Essentia Health will begin vaccinating 12 to 15-year-olds starting tomorrow. Many Essentia locations accept walk-ins, but you can also make an appointment using MyChart or by calling the number on your screen. A consent form must be signed by a parent or guardian. And if you're looking for other options to get the vaccine, use our VNL vaccine tracker. It's on our homepage of the website. Or you can open your phone camera and point it to the QR code on your screen, then tap the link that pops up.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, who's ready to make a splash at area swimming pools? Details on when they'll be opening and more.
Cloud-free skies and beautiful conditions to begin our day, and temperatures were warmer than yesterday by a good 5 to even 7 degrees in some spots. We have more 70-degree weather and a chance of some showers in the forecast. Hour by hour details are straight ahead.